Howdy y'all, it's Kathy from Rust Paper Scissors, and I'm going to do a tutorial today on how to take this little journal that I found at a thrift store and turn it into a junk journal. These are Halloween themed journals. I was doing these in June when they were having the Creep on June collaboration. It made me think of Halloween, so that's why I have these. But today we're going to take this and turn it quickly into a December daily. And so, but I just wanted to show you what you can create. Let me stop for a moment and I'll set up and we'll get started. The first thing I did with these journals was I took them apart and I wanted to tea-dye the pages. And so I did that, and I really liked the way these pages accepted the tea dye, so I was real pleased with that. When I was looking at the journal, I really liked the binding, and I wanted to save that because I liked that. But two things: when I took the journal apart, I destroyed the binding. And the other thing was I wanted to be able to add more items into the journal. See how this one's gotten thicker. And if you, I just didn't have the room with this binding. You know, it was only going to give me so much room. So on Amazon, I found this plastic spiral binding, and it was a little bit larger than the what originally came with the journal. So I really like that because it gives you a little room. The other thing is, once you take your journal apart, you can either work on the pages unbound, or you can bind them and then work on the pages, because this binding gives you the opportunity to lay it flat and work on the journal. It's going to be easy to write in. I added some different pages. In this one, I added a little library card. I added some graphed paper, and I added, I believe it was a guest check. And so I did some different pages there, but that gives you a lot of opportunity to add your own binding. The other thing is, if you go on and bind it, you don't have to. I closed the end here where it won't come apart now, but if you leave that open, and I'll show you, you could change the pages in and out if you wanted. So that's an example. But this is the journal, and then this is where I started taking this one apart. And I just pulled these this wire apart and and took it apart. It's very easy to do, but I'll just show you a couple more. If you just open those up and twist it off. I'm sure there's a way to save this, but I didn't figure it out, and then I didn't figure out how to get it back in the journal, so I guess you could pull it this way and be just as easy. But I won't waste time demonstrating that, but all I did was, like I say, opened this up and then untwisted it, and then you go to the next one. So it's very easy to do. So once you have your journal apart, and that's the back, and then let me find the cover just a moment. Okay, so here I have my journal apart. So I'm going to take these pages out and save those for another demonstration. So here's the pages. I have 31 pages because I'm going to make it a December daily. I have an additional library card that I've already punched the holes in. So that's going to be the inside of my journal, and then this is the back cover. And then I just wanted to demonstrate how quickly you can cover these. And I like to use sticky backed velvet. I'm kind of obsessed with it. It's very easy to use. It's easy to, if you make a mistake, correct it. And all I did was take the sticky backed velvet, and I opened it up, And I'm going to place my cover just in there, and then I will cut around it. And then I'll show you how easy it is to make the holes, and we'll put it together. So I just use this little cutter. It's a little finger cutter. I really like that. And I just line it up with the edge of the cover, and it makes quick work of it. Okay, then I'm going to do this side. Sometimes I have trouble with the end, so I start down just a little bit away from the end, and then I go back and cut it the other way. It's just easier for me to do that. And then let's see. And then I just take this in and come back and clip that off. Okay. And then I'm going to do this side. All right, now we have a cover. I'm going to show you what I do with how I cut or make the holes. Is I take my crocodile, and I want to be able to see the punch, where it's going to punch. And then I take my cover and I just slip it in there, and I got it where it's going to punch the hole. And so it doesn't always come out clean, but you just kind of go back and pick that off at the end. But all I do is set the, bind the hole, and it's hard to see, but it's easy, and it makes the three little, you just have to pick those off, and I go back with scissors and kind of cut them off. But it makes a quick, easy little thing. I'm going to finish that up, and then I'll come back and we'll put it together. Okay, I cut all the holes in the cover, and it was very easy, and then I just kind of trimmed it up. And now I have assembled all my pages in the back cover. What I did was, I don't have a binder machine or anything, so that's why I just ended up doing it on my own. And so all I do is I'm going to line up these pages, and then I'll show you how quickly it is to bind it. So what I did was I used a little clamps to hold those pages, to hold that, and then I'm going to put this together, and it should all match up. If I did it right, yeah. Now it looks like it's matching up, okay. And then I'll put the back cover on. And so now you have all your holes here. And then all I did was take the plastic spiral binding, and I weave it in the holes, and it goes pretty quick. If I can get it started, I might have to. There we go. And then you just twist it, and then you weave it through the next hole, and it goes very quickly and easily. I say that, and then something will happen where I can't do it. And then you just continue through the rest of the book. I'm gonna stop. I mean, you don't need to watch me thread each one, but that's just basically what I'm doing. And I'll come back and we'll clip it off, and I'll show you, we'll be done. Sometimes holding it for the camera is harder than it has to be. If you see here, if you just weave it in that hole, it goes very, very quickly. And it's easy to just keep going. So I just wanted you to see that it is pretty easy to do, and I'll be right back. Okay, here I am at the end of the journal, and I'm just going to do the last one. I'm not going to crimp it, but I'm going to show you how easy it is to cut, and I'm going to roll it up to where it's almost ready to go to the next hole, but there's not one. So I'm going to leave that one, and then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to cut this one, and I'm going to cut it about in the middle here. There's videos showing you how to do this, and I'm just going to cut it, and then I may have to cut it again. Yeah, so let's cut it again there. Okay, so now the binding is still open and it would come loose, but what you do is you take your pliers, and this is the hard part, and this is the hardest part of the whole thing, was take the pliers and you're going to twist this wire back up against itself, and I'll show you what it looks like on this one. I don't know if you can see it. See how it's twisted in that way? So that's what you're going to do. You're going to take the wire and you're going to twist it towards the coils, and then that will lock it into place and it won't be able to come loose. So that's what your the final prep is, but I didn't want to do that because I want to maybe take these pages out and add some different pages. But this is how easy and quick it is to make a journal with out of a pre-existing little journal. And so if you're new to junk journaling, or if you just want a quick, easy project, I really recommend this. I love the sticky backed velvet. The pages, I think, worked well. The holes are already there, except for you have to do the cover with the velvet. And it's an easy little project. Like I say, I'm going to do flip throughs of the 4 different journals that I made, but I just wanted to encourage you to try to make a journal. Thank you.